Hello, my name is Jimmy McGee. I am here at Midwestern State. This is for IDT 4173, which is Multimedia Development 2. I'm going to be talking about RPOs and offensive line plays specifically in regards to football, in case you weren't sure. My three forms of media that I'm going to be using, I'll be using a PowerPoint presentation, which is up on the screen right now. Later on, I'll be using Huddle, which is the video editing software that we use for our film to go out there to show our kids and to do presentations like this. And then the third thing will actually be the pictographs that we made earlier in the semester that will be handed out to the audience, so that way they have something to take home with them, and hopefully it's something that will be memorable for them, so that way they, remember my presentation as they go. So if you give me just a second here, I will go ahead and start the actual presentation. So we are here today to talk about RPOs and offensive linemen and some of the blocking techniques for the modern game of football. The game of football over the past recent years has evolved. It's grown, it's changed, it's become more fluid. As players have become bigger, faster, stronger, the game has had to change with it. One of the ways that the game has changed is the creation of the run-pass option, or RPO. This is a new style of offense which has really taken advantage of the new athleticism of a lot of the players that are out there. Our offense here at Midwestern State is one of those that takes advantage of it. And today we're going to be talking about it, about specifically how the offensive line has had to change with the game and how they've had to go from being, these big, strong people movers to becoming much more athletic and being able to move in open space. And we'll talk about some of the techniques that they've had to perfect and some of the techniques you can take home with you, so that way you can run the RPO as well. First things first, though, let's talk about what is an RPO. Okay, like we talked about, it's an extension of triple option football, what you used to see with old Nebraska teams, even all the way back to old Notre Dame, what Navy still does, what a lot of the service academies still do. All it is a way for you to generate positive matchups for your offense. No matter what the situation is, you should be able to pick somebody on the defense and make them wrong, which means that you're playing 11-on-10 football. It is also a great way for you to take advantage of the athletes that you have on your team. Okay, it lets you get the ball to them in space and allows them to do what they do best. How the RPO works is what's going to happen is the quarterback is going to be the one who triggers everything. Just like any given play in football, he's the one who's going to make things happen. He's going to pick a defender on the defense. Now, he doesn't pick that defender arbitrarily. What the play is and what the concept is going to dictate how he is choosing that defender. The offensive line and the running backs are actually going to execute the run play that is called, no matter what. Okay, so the run part of run-pass option is getting executed every single time by those six guys, no matter what. What changes is on the outside. The wide receivers, for the most part, are going to run routes. Okay, even if the ball is being run, they are still going to run a pass concept. Not a lot of coaches like this because it turns out that wide receivers, being the prima donnas that they are, don't like to block. They do like to run routes, though. So we figure, why not have them do something that they're already good at and they like working on? It's a win-win situation for everybody involved, and it keeps the defense guessing. They never know if it's a run or if it's a pass, because the truth is, we don't know if it's going to be a run or a pass before the play snap. But it all starts with that quarterback position. Okay. The advantages of using RPOs is it allows you to dictate the matchups with the defense. Okay, it's no longer they have to line up and you just hope that the play that you called works. Okay, now instead you're giving yourself as many options as possible and giving your quarterback choices to make, so that way you're always put into an advantageous situation. Okay, it's also a great way to keep the defense guessing, even mid-snap. They don't know if it's run or if it's pass, and it's very confusing for them to try to keep up with that. Okay, even mid-play, that linebacker might not know if that running back coming downhill is just a fake, and all of a sudden that ball's going over the top of him, or if he's actually going to get the ball and he's going to have to get ready to make a tackle right now. It also ensures that at least one defender is wrong every single snap. And no matter what happens, we're choosing one guy on their defense who, no matter what he does, he will be wrong. And again, we want to play 11 versus 10. We'll take every single advantage that we can get. So let's talk about some of the different types of RPOs that we use. Okay, The first one we'll talk about is what's called a first level RPO. This is going to be most similar to traditional triple option football. We are going to read a defensive end, okay, a down lineman on the line of scrimmage. He is going to be the guy that the quarterback reads. What he is looking for is to see if he is going to squeeze tight off the defensive end, off the offensive tackle, and try to play the run, or if he's going to get upfield to play the quarterback. If he squeezes tight to play the run, well, then we're going to take the pass. If he plays upfield to play the quarterback, well, then we're going to hand the ball off, and we should have a good run play behind it. Okay, typically this takes place with a quicker route, something fast because it is a defensive end, so it's more likely that he's going to be in the quarterback space right now. And then this also has the component of the quarterback run to it. Again, if none of our pass options are there and the quarterback pulled the ball, well, he's got a good opportunity to run downfield himself. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of these first level RPOs. Okay, what we have here is what we call ghost. Okay, what we're going to be doing here is, since we're going to have our run call down to the right, okay, our offensive lineman, our running back are going to be running inside zone to the right. Our tight end is actually going to bluff around and become a personal protector for the quarterback, and then the quarterback is going to sit here and read this defensive end. Okay, and he's going to figure out exactly what he's going to do. Again, that defensive end can't be right. So as we watch this play, the defensive end decides right there that he's going to play run. Okay, he is downfield. He has no opportunity to stop the quarterback. Okay, that now gives the opportunity for the quarterback to pull the ball. As you can see, once he does pull that ball, he attacks and he throws it to the open wide receiver all the way out here by himself. Now, before the play, we didn't know that was going to happen. But guess what? He is now open all by himself, and he is able to gain 36 yards on an easy pitch and catch. Again, the defense cannot be right. Okay? Let's go ahead and talk about a second level RPO now. Okay? Again, instead of reading a defensive lineman, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be reading a linebacker. Okay? We are going to be seeing what he's going to do. This is typically more down the field throws. Okay? That's the reason why we protect up front. We want to make sure all the defensive linemen are blocked because they're the ones that are going to hit the quarterbacks first. You want to make sure you protect your quarterback. Okay, and it gives us the opportunity for us to run some more outside run plays. Okay, first level reads are typically going to be your inside runs, power, inside zone, counter, things like that. Second level reads let you run things like outside zone, okay, toss sweep, things like that, where you want to get that ball on the perimeter, but you still want the opportunity to be able to throw the ball downfield. Go ahead and take a look at a second level RPO here on film. Okay, this is a concept that we call steamer. Okay, what you're going to get here is you're actually going to get vertical pass routes by all of the receivers while you still get good run action up front right now. Since this is 32 steamer and the run is coming to our right, we'll be reading this inside linebacker right here. If he wants to go drop and try to cover the pass, well, then we're going to run the ball. But if he wants to come chase the running back, then we'll pull the ball and we'll throw it to one of our three receivers that are out in the concept. Okay, as you can see, he decides to come downhill and play the run. Automatically, he's wrong. Again, we talked about it. No matter what his decision, he is wrong no matter what. Okay, that gives our quarterback plenty of time. You can see all the space that he has in front of him where he now has the opportunity to throw the ball. And again, plenty of time, plenty of space. Good throw. Receiver's able to make the catch. 65-yard touchdown, all from one person being wrong on a given play. All right, let's talk about the third level RPOs now. Okay, these are going to be your deeper down the field shots. All right, this is where you're looking at the safeties. This is where you're looking for your home run hitters. All right, really what you're looking for here is you want to look at teams that are trying to stack the box. Most teams will play 6, maybe 7 defenders in the box. That 8th defender is going to be a safety that's coming downhill. Well, if they want to do that, again, that guy can't be right. Okay, we're going to sit there. A quarterback's going to read him. He wants to come play run. We're going to throw the ball over the top every single time. He wants to stay back and play pass. Then we should be able to hand off the ball in an advantageous situation. Let's go ahead and take a look at what a third level RPO looks like. Okay, what we have here is what we call a bang 8. Okay, we're same side this time. We have power being run up top, okay? And then we have a bang 8, which is a short post run by the receiver up top. This safety right here is the one that we are reading. Again, you can see he wants to creep down low and he wants to play the run, then we'll throw the ball behind him. Okay, if he wants to stay back and play the pass, then we should hand the ball off and again, be right there with numbers on them. Let's take a look and see what happens. All right, at this point right here, the safety is all the way down at the line of scrimmage. He is down, sniffing around, trying to stop the run. You can see that puts his corner in a bad situation. All of a sudden now he is one-on-one with our receiver, and our receiver is able to go, make the catch, and turn that one mistake into a 63-yard gain for our offense. Again, simple. All we have to do is we have to take one person on their team and make sure that they are wrong no matter what. So let's talk about some of the different skills that offensive linemen require in today's modern offense. Okay, number one, all right, is traditional run blocking techniques. All right, all the stuff that they've always worked on, it just has to be tweaked a little bit. Not as aggressive, a little bit more passive. Okay, not going downhill as much. Base blocks are big. All right, they're a hybrid between a run block, and a pass block. Okay, they're more there to occupy the defensive lineman than it is to really be, that hard drive block downfield where they're trying to, put them on their back. Number three is double teams. Okay, double teams have always been a big advantage for the offensive line. It's no difference now. We just have to be more careful about chasing those guys downfield. Okay, some of the drills that offensive linemen can do to work within the RPO system. You have your basic footwork drills done with boards or bags. It doesn't matter. We've been doing them for years. It's the same thing no matter what, though. Okay, we always have to have great feet no matter what we do. Hand placement is always going to be big. That's how you control. That's how you dominate. That's how you get in the good body position that you need to be a great offensive lineman. And the third one is always important, finishing the block. And it's not just about burying the guy. Again, it's about being smart of where you're on the field. So that way you're not too far downfield and getting that penalty called for you. Okay, all these drills are simple. All these things are things that you've always done, but it's all about just modifying them within the new scheme of run-pass option. In conclusion, RPOs represent the current offense of the current standard of offense all over the country, all levels of competition. If you want to be great at offense, odds are you're using the RPO in some shape or way. Okay, the game has grown, and so has the athletes who play it. Offensive line play is no different. Okay, we have to change with the times. We can't have that same mindset that we've had in the past. While RPOs represent great potential for any offense, it's all about being able to get the athletes on the field to execute it. If they're unable to do that, it doesn't matter how smart we are, what we draw up. Okay, it comes down to being able to get your players to do what you need them to do. Okay, it's unlikely that RPOs are going away anytime soon. So it's important that you as coaches learn exactly how to train your players so that way you too can be successful. Thanks for your time, and hopefully you got something from this.